Hello my wonderful viewers, I want to welcome you once again to UMass Media for another awesome class. Today I'll be taking your quadratic equation using completing the square method. The previous class we did quadratic equation using factorization method. I'll be dealing with the same problem to show you that we can actually solve a particular equation, quadratic equation, using both factorization method and completing the square method. And in my subsequent video, I'll be solving the same problem using formula method, or what some persons call the almighty formula. And in the course of this video, I'm going to give you a class task, so ensure that you're going to watch this video to the end, so you're going to get everything I'm going to unveil to you, because I want to take you by the hand and walk you through the series of problems involving quadratic equation. Let's dive straight into today's class. Okay my viewers, this is the problem we have to solve for today. It says 2x squared plus 5x plus 2 equal to 0. We are solving this problem using the completing the square method. And to solve a problem involving using the completing the square method, we must ensure that the coefficient of the first term, which is of degree 2, remember in the last class I told you that an equation that the highest power is of degree 2 means that it is a quadratic equation. You can have of degree 1, which is linear equation. You can have of degree 3 as the highest power, which is cubic equation, and then other ones which are higher polynomials. So we must make sure that the coefficient of that first term, which is of degree 2, is 1. In this case it is 2. So for me to make it 1, I'm going to divide all the terms, both on the left and right side of the equation, by 2. So let's do that. I'm going to have 2x squared all over 2 plus 5x over 2 plus 2 over 2 equal to 0 over 2. So here 2 cancels this. We're going to have x squared plus 5x all over 2 plus 2 over 2 gives us 1 and 0 over 2 gives us 0. Now having done that, we are going to take the constant term to the right side of the equation. It's an approach that must be followed if you want to solve a quadratic equation using the completing the square method. So I'm going to do that right away. So I will have x squared plus 5 all over 2x equal to, carrying this term over to the right side of the equation, the sign is going to change from positive to negative. It's a rule that must be followed in mathematics. And then having got to this point, the next thing I'm going to do is I want to listen attentively, because a lot of persons have a challenge at this point. We are going to add to both sides of the equation the square of half of the coefficient of the term carrying s here. That is the one that has degree 1. So here we have 5 all over 2. What will be the half of it, which we are going to square and add to both sides of the equation? The half of 5 all over 2 is simply 5 all over 4. That is, if I say 5 all over 2 divided by 2. Remember, this 2 is like saying 2 all over 1. In this case, I mean 5 all over 2 times, turning this over or upside down, I have 1 over 2. So this is simply 5 times 1, 5, all over 2 times 2, 4. So the half of 5 all over 2 is 5 all over 4. And the square of 5 all over 4 is simply going to be 5 all over 4 raised to power 2. So I'm going to add that to both sides of the equation. So I'm going to have x squared plus 5 all over 2x plus 5 all over 4 raised to power 2 equal to minus 1 plus 5 all over 4 all raised to power 2. Now at this point, I am going to open up this place, and by doing that I'm going to have x squared plus 5 all over 2x plus 5 all over 4 all squared equal to, now this is minus 1. 5 squared is going to give us 25, and 4 squared is going to give us 16. So I'm going to have plus 25 all over 16. Okay, that is going to mean x squared plus 5 all over 2x plus 5 all over 4 all squared equal to, let's balance this thing to make it simpler for us to simplify. I'm going to have it as 25 all over 16 minus 1 all over 1. Remember, the sign of minus 1 remains because we didn't cross to the other side of the equation. So I simply changed the position. Now let's simplify this. I'm going to have x squared plus 5 all over 2x plus 5 all over 4 all squared equal to, the LCM of 16 and 1 is 16. 16 into 16 is 1. 1 times 25 gives us 25. Now 1 divided 16 is 16. 16 times the numerator 1 gives us 16. This is how to add or subtract fractions. The next thing, we're going to have x squared plus 5 all over 2x plus 5 all over 4 all squared equal to, 25 minus 16 gives us 9. So I'm going to have 9 all over 16. Now at this point, I'm going to combine the first term and the third term on the left side of the equation that are squared together. So what's that going to give us? We're going to have x plus 5 all over 4 all squared equal to 9 all over 16. Now at this point, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to find the square root of both sides of the equation so as to eliminate this square here. So to do that, I'm going to have square root of x plus 5 all over 4 all squared equal to 9 all over 16, the square root of 9 all over 16. And this is going to be plus or minus, because the answer here is going to give us positive or negative. So by that, this square root cancels the square. In my last video, I explained that square root simply means raised to power half. So when the half and the square multiplies, that's going to be 1 over 2 times 2, and the 2 cancels the other 2, meaning the elimination of the square root. So here we're going to have x plus 5 all over 4. In case you have not watched my previous video where I explained that in detail, I'm going to drop the link of that video at the description of this video. Do well to check it. Okay, now the next thing we're going to have is equal to plus or minus, the square root of 9 is 3 and the square root of 16 is 4. Okay, at this point, x equals 3 plus or minus 3 over 4 minus 5 over 4. Meaning that we're going to get two answers here. You remember that for a quadratic equation, we must end up with two roots of the equation. So here, x is either going to give us plus 3 over 4 minus 5 over 4 or minus 3 over 4 minus 5 all over 4. Let's proceed to the next step. Now x is going to be equal to, solving this problem here, we're simply going to have 3 minus 5 all over 4. So this will be 3 minus 5 all over 4. In this case, we are going to have minus 3 minus 5 all over 4. Now 3 minus 5 is minus 2 all over 4. Here, minus 3 minus 5 is going to be minus 8 all over 4. And here, if If you bring this down to the lowest term, we're going to have minus 1 all over 2. And in this case, we're going to have minus 2 because 8 all over 4 is 2. So at the end of the day, we have arrived at x is equal to minus 1 over 2 or minus 2. I want to appreciate you, my great viewers, for watching this video to the end. But before you go, I'm going to give you a class task, a problem I want you to solve, and give me the answer you get at the comment section of this video. And before that, in case it's your first time of visiting this channel, I want you to hit that subscribe button and keep this channel going so that anytime Human Media uploads another awesome video, it's going to show up in your notification so that you can always follow up on our updates. And also want you to like this video, share it to your friends and lovers so that you can have access to those great information which you have. Let's go back to the class task. Okay, my viewers, this is the class task I have for you. So I want you to take your time and solve this problem. 3x squared minus 7x minus 6 equal to 0. I will see your result at the comment section. I will get back to you. And I hope to see you great in my next video. Thank you.